Students, let's start reading lesson number 1, the best Christmas present in the world. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to read out para 1 for you. So you have to look at the para carefully. Yes, and listen the explanation also. So, I number 1 para on page, you can find this on page number 9 of your Honeydew book. As we have discussed about the introduction, so let's start reading the part 1. I spotted it in a junk shop in Bridgeport, a roll-top disc. The man said it was early 19th century and oak. I had wanted one, but they were far too expensive. This one was in a bad condition, the roll top in several pieces. One leg clumsily mended, scorch marks all down one side. It was going for very little money. I thought I could restore it. It would be a risk, a challenge, but I had to have it. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. Okay, so dear students, here are different words, and I'm going to tell you the meanings of different words. First of all, junk shop. Okay, what is junk shop? A shop selling miscellaneous second hand or old out of use material. Okay, Bridport, a market town in Dorset, England, name of the place. All right, roll top desk, right, a writing desk with a flexible covers lined in curved grooves, clumsily mended, unprofessionally repaired as if by someone, okay, unskillful. Spotted it, the first word, saw it or found it, right? Scorch marks, burn marks, okay, and was going for, a phrase is given, okay, and the meaning is was selling for, right? And restore means repair. Here the meaning of restore is repair. All right, so let's start explanation. So listen carefully. The story opens with the narrator present in a second-hand goods shop of Bridport. Okay, he had been longing for a roll-top desk since a while, but couldn't get his hands on one because they were far expensive. They were very, very expensive. Finally, he saw one at the junk shop in Bridport. The seller told him that it belonged to the days of the early 19th century and was made of oak. Old as it was in a poor shape. The roll-top was not in a single piece, right? It was in several pieces. And what happened? One of its legs was unskillfully repaired, and it had marks of its sides as if it were burnt down. Okay, so because of it being old and the condition in which it was in was available for very cheap rate. Okay, because of the different defects, it was in a very cheap price. The narrator wanted to get it so badly that he believed he could repair it even by paying the man in the it was less likely, thus he bought it. It get it so badly that he believed he could repair it even though it was less likely, right? So thus he bought it by paying the man in the shop and took it to home. He took it to his workroom, which was at the back of his garage, and began working on it on the eve of Christmas. Okay, so look at the next para. I removed the roll top completely and pulled out the drawers. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. So veneer means a thin layer of plastic or decorative wood on furniture of cheap wood. The meaning is given on the right side. So what he did, the desk was in a very bad condition, okay, and it appeared to him that water and fire had clearly done enough damage. So the fact that all the decorative wood was coming out made it more likely that it could be water damage. So whenever he was watching, he observed the damage. So turn the page Next page, page number 10. So, first of all, I'm going to read out the para. Listen carefully. And the last line was, the veneer had lifted almost everywhere. It looked like water damage to me. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on this desk. The last drawer was stuck fast. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. Okay. In the end, I used brute force. I struck it sharply with the side of my fist, and the drawer flew open to reveal a shallow space underneath, a secret drawer. There was something there. Okay, yes, there was something in there. I reached in and took out a small black tin, lined a small black tin box. Sellotaped to the top of it was a piece of lined notepad, and written on it in shaky handwriting, Jim's last letter, received January 25, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. I knew as I did it was wrong of me to open the box, but curiosity got the better of it, my scruples it usually does. So what happened, dear students? Some meanings I will tell you. First of all, veneer, you will write it down. Okay, and next is stuck fast, shut tight. It is the phrase stuck fast, which means shut tight. Okay, next is brute force, means achieved through the application of a lot of force. All right, next is sellotaped, which means fastened or stick with transparent adhesive tape. Okay, next is scrupulous, which means feeling that make you hesitate to do something wrong. So the desk was in a very bad condition, and it appeared to him that water and the fire had clearly done enough damage. Alright, the fact that all the decorative wood or veneer was coming out made it more likely that it could be water damage. Okay, fire damage, water damage. Okay, so he removed the roll top entirely and started taking out the drawers. As you can see, different doors are here. So he started taking out the drawers. While all the drawers came out, the last one was stuck. He tried pulling it gently, but when he couldn't, he used extreme force. Brute force, extreme force to take it out. He punched the drawer with the side of his fist only to find a space underneath. When it opened, it was a secret drawer. A drawer also has a secret drawer in it. Okay, so and what was there? It was a secret drawer with the black tin box. So a box, black tin box was there inside of it. Fixated on its top side, there was a letter on which it was written. So dear students, on the desktop there was drawers, and the last drawer, a secret drawer is there, as you can see in the picture. And what this drawer was containing, there was a letter, Jim's last letter. Okay, and 1955, the date was mentioned, to be buried with me when the time comes. What was written on the letter, on the heading of the letter, outside of the letter, Jim's last letter, in shaky handwriting, right? So to knew in his heart that it was wrong for him to open the box, but curiosity somehow got the better of him, that way it generally does, and he opened it. As it was no good thing to open the letters of anybody else, so but yes, he was very curious, so he just opened the box. Inside the box there was an envelope. Outer the box a heading was written over there, but inside the box there was an envelope. Okay, the address read, Mrs. Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Bridges, Bridport, Dorset. I took out the letter and unfolded it. It was written in pencil and dated at the top, December 26, 1914. So he found an envelope inside the tin box. When he opened it, there was an address. Now, what was the address? Mrs. Jim McPherson, 12 Copper Bridges, Bridport, Dorset. It was the address. It was written over it, and he took out the The narrator took out the letter, unfolded it, and began reading. Right? He started reading the letter, and it was written on December 26, 1914. It was the date of the letter writing, as was mentioned on top of it with a pencil. And the person who had written the letter put the date with the pencil.